I'd been on the road for hours, driving through endless pine forests with barely a soul in sight. The kind of isolation that makes your brain invent whispers in the wind. My GPS had frozen a while back, and cell service was non-existent. It was already late afternoon, and a storm loomed in the sky like a clenched fist. I was somewhere between counties, surrounded by hills and fog, with no clear destination other than away. I was just trying to find a shortcut, anywhere that could lead to a motel or a gas station. Then I saw the sign. It was wooden, rotting, nearly overtaken by vines, barely readable. Elder Hollow, 2 miles. Elder Hollow. Never heard of it, but something about the name tugged at me. Strange and old, like a half-remembered dream. I blinked, and suddenly, I was on the road. I don't remember turning. The highway was gone, and I was now driving down a cracked, single-lane path, swallowed by thick trees leaning in like they were watching. My hands were on the wheel, but I wasn't guiding them. My foot pressed the pedal, but I wasn't choosing the speed. Something else was not controlling me exactly, just guiding, nudging. The road narrowed, the trees grew denser, and then the fog came, thick and soupy, so heavy my headlights barely reached past the windshield. I slowed to a crawl. Every instinct screamed that I should turn back, but there wasn't a way back. I checked the mirrors. No road, just more trees, an impossible wall of dark green and gray. Then, without warning, the forest opened into a small clearing. And there it was, Elder Hollow, a village that time had forgotten. Tiny stone houses sat crooked, their chimneys exhaling lazy threads of smoke. Fences made of uneven sticks and bones outlined empty yards. A cobblestone well stood in the center, ringed by dead flowers and candles burned down to wax puddles. I parked the car and stepped out. The air was too still, like the world had hit pause. No birds, no wind, no life. And then I saw her. A little girl stood by the well, barefoot in a white dress. Her skin was pale, like paper soaked in milk, and her hair hung in dripping strands. She watched me with eyes that were far too old. I took a cautious step forward. "Hey, are you all right?" I called out. She didn't answer, just stared. Then slowly she raised one thin arm and pointed at a cottage across the square. "Mother says, 'You're not supposed to be here yet,'" she said softly. "Not supposed to be here?" I echoed, my voice shaking. "What do you mean?" She tilted her head. "You came too early," she whispered, and then she was gone. Not ran, not walked. Gone, as if she'd never been there at all. I stood frozen in place, breath sharp in my throat. Something was wrong. Not just off, but fundamentally wrong with this place. I turned back to my car. It was gone. No, not gone. Just not where I left it. I spun around in every direction. No tire tracks, no footprints, just cobblestones and fog. Panicking, I ran toward the edge of the village, back toward where the road had been. But there was no road, just thick forest in all directions. Trees, impossibly tall, blocking everything like a wall. I ran deeper and found myself back in the square. Every turn led me back, and then the fog shifted. A figure appeared, an old man, hunched and wrapped in dark robes, standing just inside one of the doorways. He raised a candle and met my eyes. "You shouldn't have come," he said. "It's not your time." "Whose time?" I asked, voice trembling. He didn't answer, just slowly shut the door. With no other options, I went to the cottage the girl had pointed to. I don't know why. Maybe I thought there'd be answers. The door creaked open at my touch. Inside, the fire was already lit. A table was set, 2 bowls of soup, one already steaming, and beside it, a note, in elegant curling handwriting, "Welcome home." I should have run, should have screamed, but something in me remembered this place, and that's when it hit me. The smell of the soup, the wooden carvings on the wall, the mirror with a crack across its center. I had seen this before, not recently, not even in waking life, but in dreams, for years, since I was a child. That same soup, that same cracked mirror, and that same sound rising behind me even now, the slow creaking of floorboards above. But there was no second floor, no attic, just the sound of footsteps, slow, heavy, dragging. I froze, staring at the ceiling. Then the lights flickered, and in the mirror, I saw movement. Behind me, I turned. The cottage door was gone. Where there had been a doorway, there was now a hallway, stone walls, flickering torches, and a coldness so deep it rattled my bones. And that was when I heard them, the whispers. Faint at first, but growing louder. Hundreds of voices all around me, calling, waiting.